Hello and welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to the car, welcome back to Cornwall, welcome back to a grey day. It's very grey. It's been raining quite a bit. It was raining a lot this morning. There was still a lot of water on the ground, the car is still wet and unbelievably a little bit dirty. Yeah, the thing is about the car, I washed it on Monday and then I washed it again on Tuesday, and I'm not just running bucket and sponge over this thing. I'm using a toothbrush to get into all the panels and get off anything that happens to be growing on it. I'm popping the bonnet, the hood if you happen to be American, and I am going underneath what is at the front, and I'm cleaning out that as well. I'm also cleaning all the door panels, and the inside got a good old scrub in. And then got cleaned again on Friday when it went in for a service and an MOT. Yes, the certificate of motoring toughness, that's what it stands for. And then 24 hours later, this thing looks like I've been driving through the Somme. So yeah, it is just winter in Cornwall. It's winter in the countryside, or at least winter next to the ocean. Yeah, it just does that to your car. No matter how much you wax it and try and keep the damn thing clean, it just doesn't work. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is, I was working in the lab late one night. Well, I mean, I wasn't working in the lab late one night. I was on Discord late one night with James and John, of all people. Yeah, we were on Discord, and I think it was, oh no, it really was late. It was about 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. So what was happening is we were playing a video game. We were playing War Thunder, and it was very, very late, super late at night. I think we started like midnight or something. Crazy, I know. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm just like, guys, I need to go to bed. I need to go and have a little sleep. And I did the thing where I logged off the game. They carried on playing the game, and I just hung out in Discord for another hour. I didn't go to bed until like 4 o'clock. But we started talking about Twitch, and we started talking about YouTube and everything, because the channel is nearly 10 years old now. And for anyone who's watched all of the other videos, you may know that doing YouTube wasn't my idea. It was James's idea. James of twitch.tv twitch.tv/cosmic_guppy. I forget he's changed his name. He changed his name on Twitch, which is apparently something you could do. Why did these go green and then red almost immediately? Weird. I have no idea. Anyway, yes. So the channel was never really my idea, but I picked it up in, we started in 2013, and then I basically went solo in 2016. So that's the thing. And then I changed the name in 2018, I think I did, and we became Overdrive Theatre, because it was no longer like a community run project with a load of friends. It was just me doing it by myself, and I'm just like, all right, cool. So yeah, the channel's nearly 10 years old, and we got discussing a bunch of stuff, like how much work it takes to make a video and all the equipment that it takes to make just a video, even just a video gaming video where you sit down and you record a video game and you do your thing. And it takes a lot of, I have a lot of equipment. I have 2 sound mixers, so 2 sound desks. I've got basically 3 monitors. I'm gonna get away from this bus because he's covering us with spray. Let's go this way. It's already all very well, but that camera's not gonna be able to see much. Probably less now I clean the windshield with the squirty boys. Yep, sorry about that. Sorry about that front camera. You'll just have to dry naturally. Yeah, the bus was covering us with dirt. Like I said, I washed the car 3 times last week. I don't understand. So yeah, I've got a lot of equipment, like triple monitors, 2 keyboards, 2 mice, 2 sound mixers. I got like 3 different types of microphone, but I usually use the Shure SM7B. When I'm out driving, I've got the One X 360 camera. I've got the GoPro. I've got the lav mic, I've got the Zoom H1 handy recorder, which is down in the bottle holder. Jeez, it's like we're driving through the ocean. So much standing water. But that's happened over 10 years. I didn't just go out and buy all that all at once. And that is 10 years and 2 different jobs. And I think that's one of the things that people kind of don't get when they go to a YouTube channel, especially for the first time. They turn up on your channel and they have some expectations over what they want to see. And you may be able to provide that, you might not be able to provide that. So the quality of whatever you put out is kind of a mirage. It's an illusion based on other people's work on the YouTube platform. So you look at Game Grumps and you're like, oh, these guys do this professionally. It's their job to make gaming videos. And then they do the things like the 10-minute power hour. You see Demolition Ranch, and it's his job to shoot stuff. Although he's a vet, so it's probably less of a Matt over at Demolition Ranch. He's also a vet, so it's probably not the best example of that. I guess Yogscast do video gaming like full-time on YouTube and Twitch. So the discussion was, well, if you wanted to quit your job, and that's the thing, I work 9 to 5. It's a way to make a living. Actually, no, I don't. I work like 8 till 4. But it doesn't really sing very well. You can't just go 8 till 4 on a way to make a living. But anyway, so I do 8 till 4, and then I get home, and then I record a video, and then once I've recorded the video, then I have to edit, upload it, and do all of that stuff. It takes a long time. It takes a long time at the end of the day when you've already done 8 hours at work. But if you wanted to quit your job and do YouTube full time, and this is where the discussion kind of ultimately ended up, how much money would you need to do that? I mean, what would you need to just do that as a job? The answer is probably about $2,500 a month. So I was kind of going over the sums in my head. And that seems like a lot. If you were going to do that just off donations, off of people donating $5 a month, you would probably need, well, 100 people donating $5 a month is $500. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 400, 500 people donating $5 a month. That's a lot of people. That's more than half of the people that subscribe to the channel, and you're just not going to get that with a small channel. The big channels, you might get that, but then you have other problems. You see, a lot of that money that you get in donations, once you get over £1,000 a year, that's a year, and an entire year, you will have to declare that and pay tax on it. So the money that you initially get through donations or sponsorship deals or ad revenue, you will then need to declare, and then you would need to pay tax on it. So a lot of what you get in initially straight up goes out on tax, and people forget that. People are just like, oh no, it's quite simple. You get rich, and it's like, no, you don't. You have to, you become self-employed, you have to register as a business, and then you would have to pay your taxes. I mean, you don't avoid that. 2 things you don't avoid: death and taxes. The bigger channels, for them, that wouldn't be enough for them to survive. So they do things like sponsorship deals, and the sponsorship deals on paper get you quite a bit of money. They actually get you around, I think I averaged it out, on paper, depending on the channel, depending on the viewership, because you need quite a lot of viewers. So Demolition Ranch, I was talking about Demolition Ranch mostly because he's got 10 million subscribers, and each of the videos gets like several million views, which means he can do sponsorship deals. And those are the ones where they say things like, oh, this video is brought to you by, and it'll be like a security company, or it'll be a mobile phone game, or it'll be something like that. And the reason people do that, the reason people take those sponsorship deals is because you get a couple of grand for it. So you might get $2,000, you might get $5,000 for doing a 2-minute ad read. And they always sound a little bit forced, a little bit strange, because you're literally reading ad copy. So what they'll do is they'll give you some text you have to say, and they'll give you specific words you have to say. So if you say, oh, we're advertising like a cake, they might say, okay, talk about the cake, talk about the moisture, the moistness of the cake. Remember to get the brand name in, but also remember to take a bite of it and go, just after you've taken a bite. Like, they get very specific when it comes to ad read and ad copy. We are with the youth of the nation. Cool. And then you'll have to send that insert, you'll have to send it to the ad company. And then they'll have to go away and they'll say, okay, cool, well, we have notes, and they'll come back and you have to re-edit that 2-minute section that they are paying you several $1,000s for. That will go away and come back several times. So, and that only works for the big channels because they want so many views. And also when you have an affiliate link, it's just like, oh, buy this special type of solid wallet. Okay, using my affiliate link. All right, okay. So how does that work? Well, the affiliate link, they want so many views on the video, but the affiliate link also shows them how many people interacted with the advert as well. And you'll need so many people interacting with the advert basically to get paid. But if you can pull that off, and some YouTube channels do a lot of this sort of stuff. Game Grumps has been doing it a lot recently as well. Right at the beginning of their adverts, they've been doing like advertising VPN companies. Because they have a staff to support. So if you imagine you want to get everyone like $2,000 a month for each person, each employee, not only are you having to pay tax on anything that comes in, but the employee then also pays tax on anything that goes out. So if you're employing someone, you would pay tax on the money coming in, because you have to declare it, and then you would pay tax again because you're paying an employee. Yeah, they really do get you with taxes. So a company like Game Grumps, they're going to be doing Patreon. They're also going to be doing Patreon. They'll also be doing like ad reads in the middle of the video. But then they also have YouTube's advertising thing on as well. And the YouTube's advertising, where you get two-minute adverts. You know, the lady that goes, Granny, I've got a job. And everyone hates YouTube adverts. I hate YouTube adverts. Yeah, those ones will get you, I think it's like I can't remember, it's like 0.01 cent per view. So you need 100 views to get a single cent. I mean, it's really bad. It's super bad. But the big channels are just not going to turn that off because they're not going to want to say no to money. So they're not going to be like, no, we're not going to have this small amount of money coming in. We'll take everything that we can get hold of. But wait, there's more. Yeah, there is. How else would you fund a channel? Well, you'd also want merchandise. Merchandise is a really tricky one, actually. There are a couple of ways of doing it. You can either get a bunch of t-shirts made, and if you get a bunch of t-shirts made, why is there mud all over the road? This is like genuinely, this is like we're driving around Cornwall. This is like driving a Mark V tank through a World War I battlefield. What is going on with my world? Yeah, merchandise. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. You can like buy a load of t-shirts with a design on. You keep them in your house and you buy small through XXX, extra large or whatever. And you have them in little plastic bags and you pay up front to have all this stuff printed. And then as people come to your shop, you literally put them in mailing envelopes and you mail them out one by one to each people, and you go to the post office with just an armful of this stuff. Do you make money on it? No, you can actually stand to lose money on merchandise, especially doing it that way. The big channels will do it themselves, and they'll know what they can and can't sell. And if they can't sell something, if they've got like triple XL and they just can't sell it, or super small and they can't sell it, then you just sell it on sale for like either cost price or just less than you would actually make from it. But once you factor in, again, sales tax, you factor in shipping, you factor in cost of manufacture, you factor in your time, the actual amount of money you make off merchandise is tiny. You can get companies that will do things like print on demand. So you can get companies that will do like print on demand t-shirts and print on demand mugs and things. But again, you might find that the amount of money you get as a content creator versus the amount of money that the company who manufactures, ships and makes all the merchandise gets, you're not getting a lot from that. But again, it's something, and something's always better than nothing. So there are ways of funding a channel, but you really, like per person, you need about $2,500 per month, because a lot of that just vanishes on tax, and then you've got the rest of it to do. You've got to pay for electricity, you've got to pay for food and rent and clothes, you've got to pay for petrol, you've got to do the whole life thing. I don't know if you can get rich on YouTube anymore. I think the days of KSI buying a Ferrari and paying off his mum's house, that's gone. That happened in 2007. That was a few years before the channel was even formed. And I think the idea of running this as a full-time thing would not work. It wouldn't work on YouTube anyway, without having millions of subscribers. And then you could make the numbers work, because you make them work fractionally. You know that not everyone can support you, but you want everyone to watch. Which is why I do have a donation page. I wasn't going to talk about it, but it's a segue, and I'm like, yes, I got a coffee donation page. Have I used the money from it recently? Yes, I have. On anything useful? Yeah. I mean, we have electricity bills to pay. I think that's one of the big bills that goes out is electricity, because the computer munches through it when it's rendering stuff. Rendering, uploading, so electricity and internet are the two sort of real big ones as far as the channel's concerned. Because I can't get away with having a small pipe, internet pipe, because otherwise uploading a video already takes like an hour and a half, because they're big videos. So yeah, even the few people who do donate, and like I said, it's fractional, but it does help. It helps immensely. So the way I run the channel is I go and do a day job, and in the evenings I run the YouTube channel as a hobby, and it kind of works. And if you guys want to support it, or if you can support it, then that helps. If you don't want to support it, or you can't support it, then it doesn't matter. It don't matter. As long as you guys are being entertained by the videos, that's what actually matters. That's what keeps me doing it. And I have, oh, actually, we're not going to the supermarket. We're actually going somewhere else. I have almost shut the channel down several times, because I've just either not been feeling it, or not been sure if I really want to carry on. Because running the channel is a huge commitment. I mean, even if you think, oh, it's just video games, it is a huge commitment. But you guys have kept me doing it. Your comments in the comment section have kept me doing it. Joining in on Discord has kept me doing it. Yeah, you guys have really kept me doing it. I don't think this is where I want to be. This is B&M, this isn't the range. What? Oh. So, there's a B&M store there, and I thought that was a range store. This is where we come to Penzance. I need a lamp. That's basically it. KFC's not open. I'm gonna go park over here where there's no people, because for some reason everyone wants to bump my car, and I don't know why. Let's do this. Yeah, this place is This place is grim. I never come to Penzance because it's grey and boring. Yeah, you guys have kept me going. Literally your comments and your viewership and just the general loveliness of you guys as people. I feel that although we've never met, I've got to know quite a few of you, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to like get to know people from other parts of the world who I may not have met before. Okay, right, well, I need a lamp for an experiment. I'm going to go and see if I can find one. It needs to be an angle poise and needs to take an SES bulb. And if it works, I'll tell you about it. And if it doesn't work, I won't tell you about it. But I tell you what, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this vlog. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you for just being there. Because you guys mean a lot to me. Like genuinely mean a lot to me. And I tell you what, I'll catch you next time.